Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Before we jump into it too far, look at that moon. It's super bright tonight. But regardless, tonight's video is going to be about three things. I'm going to save the most boring for last. The first one is going to be, as you guys can tell, I'm riding my motorcycle around. I just got back. Let me get this turned off. So tonight's video is going to have a little bit of something for everybody. It's going to have something for my nerdy RC friends, for my trucker friends, and then for the guys that like the oddball stuff that I do. So let's jump into this. I just got back from working on my motorcycle track. Well, it wasn't a motorcycle track, but it is now. You guys can see my little 70. Used to be an RC car track, but I just got done modifying it to run the pit bikes on. I did a couple laps on it. It was a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you guys a quick sneak peek on. All right, now remember this is one-handed, so it's going to be kind of slow, but here we go. Left-hand turn, little table. Couple jumps. Another left-hand turn. Whoa, it's muddy. Small table, bigger table. Quick right-hand turn. Another right-hand turn. Big table. 180-degree turn. Another little table. A real sharp 180-degree turn. Whoa. Little roller. A little bit of a straightaway. 90-degree left. Another roller. Another 90-degree left, then a long straightaway, and then back to the starting point. I do apologize for the shaky poor video. It was with my cell phone. I just got done running the machine. I was cold. My hands were pretty much numb. I was riding a motorcycle with one hand. But that's basically the track in a nutshell. So the second part of this video, I got to work on this guy. This is my Traxxas UDR. Supposedly they're like a pretty to scale trophy truck. This has some issues with the front. My brother-in-law, he just picked up the exact same truck. Well, different body style. But I want to get this one fixed so when he comes out we can race each other on the track. And then third, I'm going to save the most boring for last. This one's for all my trucker buddies out there that want to start a trucking business. I'm going to highly suggest, and this was a hard one for me, you guys need to use a licensing service. And this is so hard for me because I'm a cheapskate. I hate paying people to do something that I know I can do perfectly well myself. But this one came to bite me pretty hard this year. I'm going to explain how. All right, now I'm going to jump into this guy. I'm not really sure what's wrong with it, but we're going to find out. All right, so you can see that the front drive shaft is spinning coming out of the whatever assembly that is. So that tells me that it's inside there somewhere. Of course, it's got to be the easy one to get to. Couldn't be that one. So the easiest way to get to this is, well, it's not that easy. You basically got to take off the whole body, take off the top frame assembly portion of the front nose of the truck, and then get a shadow. Take these screws off and the cover should come off. Alright, let's see if my suspicions were correct. Let's see if the diff is destroyed. Maybe. If I can get it off. Okay. Huh. Well, it seems to be intact. That's weird. Well, it wasn't a blown diff, it was the front drive shaft that broke. So, this is a cheaper option as far as things go breaking. Alright, so here's the culprit. Let's see, how do I take it off of that? Alright guys, well this just ended up being the problem. It's just the drive shaft. I did not have to take apart the top half of the car. You can do it from the bottom side. But regardless, I gotta get a new drive shaft and then I can put this back together and it's gonna be back on the track. Alright, so I'm gonna try and sum this up as fast as I can because it's kind of a long story. In June, one of my dump truck's registrations was due. So I put a check in the mail, sent it off, never saw anything, never got tags, never got the registration paper back. I never saw a check get deposited. I never saw anything. But the trucks can't sit or I'll go out of business. So we just kept running. And then 2 months go by from the time I mailed the check off, and I get a notice in the mail. Delinquent registration, pay fees immediately, plus late fees. So the late fees on these dump trucks are no joke. It adds like $2,000 to the bill, which, you know, money's pretty tight. I don't have that kind of money, but the trucks have to keep running. So instead of like the CHP impounding my truck, you know, I went to a registration service company or a licensing company or whatever they are. I went and I paid the registration fees and the late fees, and I walked out with stickers that day. Now, guys, this couldn't have gone any worse. I get back to the shop, I put the stickers on the truck, go home, go to bed, wake up in the morning, the DMV deposited my original check. So I was pretty upset. So I instantly called, had to wait on the phone for hours. They said, well, you need to submit this form, this form, this form, statement of facts, all this stuff. So I do that. This was back in August. Maybe September. It's 2 days before the new year, and I just finally got my check back. And guys, it's not for the amount of the late fees. It's for the original check that I wrote them. So I'm not going to argue with them. I did get some money back, but long story short, it would have been way cheaper just to use the registration service. It would have been like $100, $150 depending on what they charge. But instead, I had to pay thousands of dollars of late fees. So don't be like me. Use a registration company or a licensing company, and they'll just take care of it. And that goes with everything. Your motor carrier, UCR, IFTA. I mean, these laws are constantly changing, and it's a pain in the butt. And if you're a small guy like me, I do all my paperwork myself. You know, just turn it over to them, pay a little bit of money, and let them take care of it. And so that's my 2 cents, guys. Use the licensing company and avoid yourself a lot of hassle, a lot of late fees. You know, I'll probably never recoup that money, but you live and learn. So, quick side quest, we're going to throw these on. They're the springs for the antennas. There's one. There we go. Bong, 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 bong. Now they're even just a little bit taller. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing to an end. As always, I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you could do me a huge solid, like, subscribe, share with your amigos. And the next video will probably be the big one that I was talking about. Still working on putting a couple of things together for it. But, as always, I'll see you guys next time.